up, guys? We're parked at the Summit Trailhead on Highway 6 in the Tillamook Forest in Oregon. And we're going to hike a little bit of the Gales Creek Trail. So, yeah, it's just going to be week 3, day 2 stuff. I'm not going to kill myself today with doing way too much. So maybe 5 miles today. We'll see. However I feel is, adequate. And I'll be tracking my progress today using my Garmin Enduro 2 watch that my beautiful wife got me as a Christmas present, but then gave to me because I guess what it was. Anyway, I think I said that yesterday. Anyway, see you guys on the trail. It's been a few years since I've hiked this trail at all. I want to say the whole length of it, one way, is 13 miles if you jump on where I did and then go to the end. So it's a point to point. But I'm telling you, so it's hot. It's hot out there, but underneath the trees, it's beautiful. It's probably 4 degrees cooler. Should I? I think I will. Bridge, 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 bridge. Okay, not that it looks cool when Miranda goes outside, does it? But it looks fun. That was just awkward. I think I'm gonna leave the bridge chant to Miranda Outdoors. If you haven't, you should check out her channel. Miranda Goes Outdoors. Very informative, very entertaining. She's currently my favorite YouTuber. So check it out, guys. It is so nice in here. Tillamook Forest used to be considered a rainforest, but then between like the 1930s and 1950s, I think it is, there were a series of fires that took out all the old growth and stuff that was growing in this region. So it doesn't have the same power, but as far as to create rain, but it's still absolutely gorgeous. Check it out. They aren't necessarily giant trees, like you'd find old growth, but some of these are, I don't know, probably 70 years old. Some of the big ones. Our first fork in the trail. We're going to head to the left, and we'll be coming back up, I'm sure. But yeah, we're gonna go down and see if we can get a shot of the water. Oh, you don't say. Yeah, definitely hasn't been anybody down here in a while. Yeah, it's a little overgrown. But the creek's right down here. Hopefully we find a nice open bit. I don't know. We'll see. Keep going. Checking it out. Yeah, it's right. It's right down there. I'm not making it though. Not from this point. I don't feel like. I mean, check it. Yeah, I gotta get way down there and bushwhack more than I want to. I will, however, eat this salmon berry. Check it. There we go. Salmon berry. Mmm. Tangy. Get back up on the main trail. Here's that giant leaf plant I had to duck under. Looks like some sort of nettle. I don't know. I have to look it up when I get home. There we go. Back at the junction. My heart rate is currently 160. I imagine it'll be the same or higher on our way out as I climb back up all of this. Anyway, check with the info. I almost wonder if shouldn't try and hike all the way to Gales Creek Campground and then come back. I don't know how far that is. So come back on the road, I should say. Probably further than I want to go. I guess I'll just suffer going uphill. Suffer. It's interesting, huh? So you say I'll suffer going uphill, but really, I'll just be walking uphill. Is it more strenuous than walking downhill? Generally speaking, can be, right? You got to push more weight up an incline, whereas, going downhill, you have gravity working in your favor for the most part. But it's interesting that, our mind and our conditioning throughout our lives teaches us to look at one thing as being bad and another as being good. When really, it's all just part of the same existence. Scat of some variety. Looks like mostly berries. Might be black bear, I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. You're out in the woods. You know, you're going to be hanging out with things that live in the woods. And I'm not being particularly quiet, so it's not like I'm going to sneak up on a bear. I think they can hear me heavy breathing as I hike. So anyway, dragging on. Tell you what, if that little bit of uphill that I just came up with is any indicator, going back's going to be rough. I'm 1.4 miles in. I figure, you know, I think I'll take it to 2.5, and then turn around. And it's supposed to just get hotter today. It's supposed to be in the 90s. I feel like it's currently in the low 80s. But I'm not looking to be one of those fair weather only. I mean, this is fair weather. Don't get me wrong, but the heat gets a little extreme. And I'm looking to do backpacking in the snow and camping and doing some alpine treks and all the things. At least that's the dream. So we'll see. Alrighty. Got another mile to go until I turn around. Maybe a half mile. We'll see. Depends on how much more down and how steep it is. Another bridge. Sorry, Miranda. I won't be doing the bridge chant. More down. I have to come back up. I mean, I was already going down. It's been a pretty steady downward course the whole time. So the elevation gain will be fun to see. Hopefully my watch is tracking that. Should be. Sometimes downhill's harder than uphill on my knees. I think I keep saying that, but ideally I'd like to get into good enough condition that my knees don't hurt me anymore. But yeah, I'm on my feet at least 7 hours a day now, which is great. Not doing a ton of moving, but where are we at? I really hope at the 2.5 mile mark there's something awesome, other than just, you know, more trees and bushes and a trail, which are great. Don't get me wrong, but you know, hate to leave you guys hanging. I feel like I've turned around on a bridge or at a bridge on this trail before and walked back when I took my kids down here when they were little. So yeah, we'll see. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just you on your bike. Oh, man. I couldn't do it. You go, man. Anyway, mile 2 was back there about 100 feet. Wasn't very interesting. So I'm going to keep walking on until I find something a little more interesting, I hope, without going too far. I feel like it was just a couple of miles before the trail crossed the creek, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe this one's it? I don't think so, though. Still not a mile 2.5. Mile 2 point. By the time we get to the bridge, it should be 2.2. Definitely not the creek. Mile 2.2. All right. So we're almost to the Gales Creek Trail. Or, sorry, to the Gales Creek Campground. It says the trail length is 1.8 miles. So, but we'll see what the GPS says at the end of it. Here's the bridge that crosses Gales Creek. I knew it was down here somewhere. Here we are. Well, I think I'm going to take a break. Pop on down to the water here. 2.5. So, I think I'll drink some water, eat a protein bar, head back the other way. Kate's Real Food Snickerdoodle protein bar has almond butter, honey, oats, pea protein, white chocolate. It has some sugar in there. But yeah, it's got 14 grams of plant-based protein, and I think it tastes great. My wife didn't like them, but I'm just fine with that because, to be honest, or for me, 270 calories per bar. Look at that. That looks okay. So good. Anyway. Okay. Maybe an error in judgment. Choosing to start at the top of the hill. All right, we're about 0.8 miles from, maybe 0.75 miles from where we turned around. So, in theory, should have 1.2-ish miles to go, according to their sign. We'll see. All right. I'm at 3.96. When I left the bridge, the crossing down there, it said I was at 2.66. So I've done 1.3 with no diversions, no side trails or spurs or anything. I paused a couple of times to drink some water. We're at almost 4, so 3.98. Let's say 1.3 miles down. So in theory, I should only have 0.6 miles left to go. I guess we'll see. We're at 4.44 miles in on this little adventure. 4.6. I gotta be getting there. This should be the last bridge crossing before the exit. I can hear the road. It's right up there. I can see the end of the trail. Sweet. Okay, so 4.92 miles in like 3 hours and something. So I don't know, I did it. I'll get you guys the stats as soon as I have them when I get home, edit the videos. Anyway, week 3, day 2 in the books. Like and subscribe, please. Thanks.